Looking to build off a franchise record from the previous season, the Bonnyville Pontiacs kicked off the 2011-2012 campaign with a lot of promise, but then stumbled heading into the playoffs, as Clayton Brown explains. After dropping a hard-fought first-round series, which went the distance against Sherwood Park, the team's season came to a disappointing end.
Puck to the front of the net. Bars back in. Shot by Tompkins. Rebound. They score! Tommy Bars scores for Bonnyville.
The Pontiacs held a 2-1 series lead and looked poised to move to the second round of the playoffs. But it was not to be, as the team dropped its next two, scoring only one goal.
It's definitely a tough loss, especially in the first round, and nobody wants to lose out in the first round. So yeah, it definitely hurts.
We wavered too much. We didn't play at our level that we should have for, full 60 minutes every game, and it cost us like it did in the regular season too.
All season, the team was battling multiple injuries, finally peaking in Game 3 of the playoffs, forcing 7 regulars to the sidelines. Chad Mercier says it may have finally caught up to the team.
You can handle it over a short period of time, and then all of a sudden, the pressures for those guys to do a little bit more, I think, maybe played a bit of a role, and there was a bit of a burnout there possibly.
8 players will not be returning to the lineup next season, and that means Mercier and the rest of his coaching staff have a lot of work ahead to replace the vacant spots.
The next 2 or 3 months is a busy time to try and get guys sewn up and move forward, and we're going to look at all different avenues as we do every year, and try to get out in a lot of different places.
And for those leaving, it's a tough departure.
So I've been very fortunate to spend my whole entire junior career here, and I'm going to miss it a lot.
It was awesome. I don't regret a single minute of it. It's been the best 3 years of my life.
In Bonnyville, Clayton Brown, New Cap Sports.
Now, the Lloydminster Bobcats and their fans are still feeling the pains of being swept in the first round of the AJHL playoffs. Things will not get any easier in the offseason, as it looks like the club will be facing some serious growing pains next year.
In 3 playoff games this year, the Bobcats scored only 4 goals, a statistic that highlights the club's needs for next season.
I don't know. We obviously need some scorers coming in, but I think I can bring the same thing that I brought all year, so scoring, basically.
But getting scoring will prove difficult. Marcineau is the only one of the Bobcats' top 8 scorers returning to next year's lineup. In fact, all of the Bobcats' potentially returning players account for just 70 of the team's 198 goals. That staggering lack of scoring doesn't have the Bobcats phased, though.
We have a huge stable of potential kids. Everyone should be excited for the fact that Lloyd's on the map. We haven't been on the map, guys, for a long time. We're starting to hear from kids we never heard from, even would think of coming to Lloyd.
The responsibility of leading the new Cats will fall on the young shoulders of this year's rookies, something Curran thinks his core group is ready for.
You just see too many kids, as soon as they step onto the ice for the junior A team, that they should be playing all the time. These kids didn't. These kids worked and worked on getting their games better and proving that they had to be in there.
It's important that they come into the season and show like the younger guys, and from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, make sure that they're consistent and bring their game night in, night out.
Bringing a positive attitude to the rink every day and guiding us, not really like tearing us down, but more helping us adjust to the speed and the league and whatnot.
More leadership personally, and maybe bring it next year and teach our rookies next year some of the things that I learned from Tanner.